Now, this latest snow event is wrapping up. We'll take a look at what's ahead for the rest of the weekend. And a 12-year-old boy was nearly hit by gunfire inside his house this morning, what police are saying happened. Plus, as tensions with Iran continue to boil, members of our community are taking a stance.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at 6.
Thanks for joining News 3 Now at 6. I'm Amanda Quintana. Expect some scattered flurries for the rest of the night, and that fog is going to stick around. Let's get a look at your first alert weather with Dana Fulton.
The good news, though, those flurries definitely not leading to any more accumulation. Just feels a little bit like a snow globe outside right now. So the snow that came through last night into early this morning, bringing about 4 inches to the Madison area. Officially at the airport, just under 4 inches for those accumulation totals. So quite a bit coming on through. That puts our snow depth for most of southern Wisconsin in that 6 to 9 inch range, quite a bit further up north. Everyone under a nice blanket of the white stuff downtown. Again, the swirling flurries still in effect for this evening, but otherwise nothing new coming through on our Doppler radar. Temperature wise overnight, we're going to hold pretty steady. It will only drop to the upper 20s for overnight lows, so patchy fog is going to continue to be a thing heading into Sunday morning. For your Sunday, plan on another mild afternoon. We'll take a closer look at our next opportunity for a little bit of snow in just a few minutes. Amanda?
Thank you, Dana. Madison police are investigating after bullets fired outside of a home early this morning nearly hit a 12-year-old boy inside. Gabriella Becerra joins us with more details. Gabby.
Madison police responded to a shots fired call for 2 to 3 shots earlier this morning, and officials say 2 of those bullets actually entered a residence, with one going through an exterior wall and missing a 12-year-old sleeping boy by about 2 feet. Police say this incident happened in the 2900 block of Traceway Drive. Officials say a caller reported seeing 2 cars in the area speeding off. Responding officers found fresh footprints in the snow that appeared to jump a fence. Police say the footprints show that it seems as if someone had walked into the area but then ran from it. A neighbor said she heard and saw this incident in front of her home.
I hear somebody cry a lot and screaming, yes, and my kids too. They said, why don't move in another house and another apartment? Yeah, so we scared a lot in here.
Morales says crime happens a lot in this neighborhood. Police say this incident is still under investigation and ask that if anyone has any information that they contact Madison Police Department or Madison Area Crime Stoppers.
All right. Thank you so much, Gabby. More local news now. Madison police are searching for 2 men they believe are connected to 2 armed robberies today. Officials say the 2 men robbed Northside Liquor around 9:25 this morning, demanding money from an employee. Authorities say one suspect had a black handgun. They demanded that a customer get on the ground and took an unknown amount of money before leaving in a gray or silver Hyundai. No one was injured. Then shortly after 12 o'clock today, officers responded to a Citgo gas station on Madison's north side where 2 suspects demanded money from the clerk. Police say the suspects left the store again with cash and were seen entering and leaving the station in a silver Hyundai. Police say the suspect with the handgun is a light-skinned black man wearing a cream-colored hooded sweatshirt. The other suspect is a black man wearing a black winter coat with a fur hood. The public is asked to contact MPD with any information. More local news now. 2 people are dead after a 2-vehicle crash last night on Highway 18. Officials say the preliminary investigation shows a semi-truck was traveling westbound when it lost control and hit a van that was traveling eastbound. Both of the people inside that van were pronounced dead at the scene. The driver of the semi was taken to a local hospital with minor injuries. Officials with the Tripolo County Sheriff's Office are searching for a missing 1-year-old boy. Sawyer Jacobs was last seen Thursday morning. Officials say there are 4 family members he may possibly be with. Sawyer has brown eyes and blonde hair. Anyone with information is asked to call that number on your screen. Members of the Madison community are protesting the U.S.'s current relationship with Iran. Protesters gathered at the Capitol this afternoon for the second No War with Iran rally this month. Speakers at the event urged attendees that while things seem to have quieted down, sanctions against Iran are hurting the country's people.
easy to see violence as being bombs and bullets, but it's harder to see it as people being unable to get certain kinds of food or medicine that they need. And that's what the U.S. sanctions do.
We still have a real war ongoing, just not against the Iranian military, against the Iranian people, with the extensive sanctions that are just driving up the prices of necessities throughout Iran.
Organizers also expressed opposition to the F-35 jets expected to make their way into Madison this spring. The event was led by the Party for Socialism and Liberation and co-hosted by several area activist organizations. Overseas, as conflicts continue with Iran, the Veterans of Foreign Wars is demanding that President Trump apologize for downplaying traumatic brain injuries sustained by U.S. service members. Yesterday, the Pentagon announced that 34 U.S. service members have been diagnosed with traumatic brain injuries from the Iranian attack on a U.S. base in Iraq on January 8th. The president said the troops, quote, had headaches and called the injuries not serious. The VFW says a TBI is, quote, a serious injury and one that cannot be taken lightly. Meanwhile, the president's lawyers charged into the impeachment trial defense this morning, accusing Democrats of trying to overturn the 2016 election and prevent him from running in 2020. CBS News' Natalie Brand has more from Washington, D.C.
President Trump's defense team came out swinging Saturday, giving a preview of one of their key arguments of why the president should not be removed from office.
They're asking you not only to overturn the results of the last election, they're asking you to remove President Trump from the ballot in an election that's occurring in approximately 9 months.
The president's legal team also tried to rebut the abuse of power charge, saying the president had legitimate reasons to put a hold on aid to Ukraine.
The content of the July 25 call was in line with the Trump administration's legitimate concerns about corruption and reflected the hope that President Zelensky, who campaigned on a platform of reform, would finally clean up Ukraine.
Lead House Manager Adam Schiff challenged that line of defense.
If this was really about Donald Trump fighting corruption, why did they hide it from Congress? Why didn't they tell Congress and the American people what they were doing? Because it was a corrupt shakedown to get Ukraine to help them cheat in the election.
President Trump tweeted, any fair-minded person watching the Senate trial today would have been able to see how unfairly I have been treated. As the trial heats up, Senate Democrats continue to call for new witnesses.
How dare the White House and how dare the Senate majority even contemplate a trial without witnesses or documents?
Meanwhile, Republican senators praised the defense so far.
Within 2 hours, I thought that the White House counsel and their team entirely shredded the case that has been presented by the House managers.
The trial resumes Monday when the president's legal team plans to make the bulk of its opening arguments. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
Jay Sekulow, a member of President Trump's legal team, described today's shortened presentation as a trailer and coming attraction. The deadly coronavirus is spreading beyond mainland China, where it has now claimed 40 lives. Chinese President Xi Jinping chaired a meeting today with top officials demanding the government at all levels put people's lives and health as the top priority. He warned that the outbreak is accelerating and says China is facing a grave situation. Public celebrations of the Lunar New Year have been canceled, and the country's 70,000 movie theaters are closed. More than 50 million people are under lockdown, and in Hong Kong, public schools are shut down for the next month in an effort to contain the virus.
We are getting new information hour by hour and day by day, so the situation is very fluid. But the information we have so far is that the incubation period is around 2 weeks.
The State Department is reportedly sending a charter flight to central China to take hundreds of Americans out of the region. There are known cases in 11 countries, including here in the U.S., where 2 confirmed cases are reported. At least 63 people are undergoing tests for the pneumonia-like illness in 22 states. A Chicago company is recalling about 2,000 pounds of raw ground beef that was shipped to 9 states, including Wisconsin. The USDA says the beef is being recalled due to possible contamination with thin, pliable plastic. 1 pound vacuum-packed packages containing lot code 0060 and a use or freeze-by date of January 31st are subject to this recall. There have been no confirmed reports of illness or adverse reactions. Coming up on News 3 Now at 6, one Wisconsin music teacher is being honored for her commitment to her students. But first, there's drama behind the scenes at the Grammys. We'll tell you more after the break.
Start the new year with great deals from Jeep and Don Miller. It's the Start Something New sales event on now. Get the 2020 Jeep Compass Latitude 4x4. Lease for only $299 per month, 42 months, 10,000 miles a year. $2,500 plus taxes and fees due at signing. The 2020 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited with heated leather seats. There's great selection. Over $4,000 off MSRP after all discounts and rebates and your own Don Miller deal. Don Miller, Madison and Dane County's Jeep headquarters. Odana Road, Madison.
We are the Thrivers. Women with metastatic breast cancer, standing in the struggle, hustling through the hurt, asking for science, not sorries. Our time for more time has come. Living longer is possible and proven in women taking Kisqali plus fulvestrant or a non-steroidal aromatase inhibitor. Kisqali is the only treatment in its class with proven overall survival results in 2 clinical trials, helping women live longer with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer. Kisqali was also significantly more effective at delaying disease progression versus a non-steroidal aromatase inhibitor or fulvestrant alone. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious liver problems and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection. Are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Kisqali is not approved for use with tamoxifen. It's our time to continue to shine because we are the Thrivers. Ask your doctor about Kisqali, the only treatment in its class proven to help women live longer in 2 clinical trials.
The Overture Center will host a celebration of life for its former CEO and president, Sandra Geitsch, on Saturday, February 8th at 2 o'clock. It will be in the Overture Hall's lobby. Geitsch died early last month after a 7-month-long fight with cancer. She was the first woman to run the Overture Center and implemented new board policies and brought in multicultural programming. The event is free and open to the public. Music's biggest night is just 1 day away, but Taylor Swift will not perform amid accusations that the award nominations are rigged. Swift is nominated for Song of the Year, the category rocked by allegations from suspended Recording Academy CEO Deborah Dugan. Dugan says that this year's Song of the Year nomination was manipulated to include a less deserving artist. The Academy says Dugan's allegations are false.
If even a little bit of these allegations are true, the Grammys organization has some real soul-searching to do.
The Academy suspended Dugan last week, saying it's investigating allegations she created a hostile work environment, which she denies. A Kaukauna High School music teacher will receive recognition tomorrow night during the Grammys. Last fall, Kaukauna choir director Joy Pfaffenroth was named among the top 25 teachers up for the 2020 Music Educator Award. Joy made the top 25 list out of a pool of more than 3,300 nominees across the country, and it's safe to say her students are thrilled for her to earn the recognition.
I was elated when I heard it because I knew she deserved it 100%.
She does a lot of things under the radar that doesn't go recognized, and so I think she deserves it.
It's been quite a journey over the past year to kind of go through all of this process and look at my teaching and look at my career in a little bit different way.
You can watch the Grammys tomorrow night right here on CBS. There's more to come on News 3 Now at 6. Some bars in Milwaukee want to stay open until 4 a.m. this summer. We'll tell you why. Plus, this mild, cloudy pattern continues. Dana Fulton has the full forecast after the break.
Every once in a while, something comes along so masterful, it leaves you in awe. So inspiring, it changes your life. So beautiful, you wish it would never end. When that happens, it's something not to be missed. Shen Yun. Returning to Overture Center for the Arts, February 4th and 5th. Tickets at shenyun.com/WI.
Beat the cold with hot deals during Steinhoffel's winter sale. Save 30% store-wide, plus an extra 10% off. Save big on this Lazy Boy rocker recliner, now $449. American-made sofa, now $539. These 3 American-made solid wood beds are under $799. And get an extra 10% off one of our most popular American-made solid wood dining sets. Plus, get 40% off all Canadel. These hot deals won't last long, so hurry in. Only at Steinhoffel's.
I wanted my hepatitis C gone.
I put off treating mine.
Epclusa treats all main types of chronic hep C. Whatever your type, Epclusa could be your kind of cure.
I just found out about mine.
I knew for years. Epclusa has a 98% overall cure rate.
I had no symptoms of hepatitis C.
Mine caused liver damage.
Epclusa is only 1 pill, once a day, taken with or without food for 12 weeks. Before starting Epclusa, your doctor will test if you have had hepatitis B, which may flare up and could cause serious liver problems during and after treatment. Tell your doctor if you have had hepatitis B, other liver or kidney problems, HIV or other medical conditions, and all medicines you take, including herbal supplements. Taking amiodarone with Epclusa may cause a serious slowing of your heart rate. Common side effects include headache and tiredness. Ask your doctor today if Epclusa is your kind of cure.
This is the Chevy Silverado with the world's first invisible trailer.
Invisible trailer?
Hop in. Silverado offers an optional technology package with up to 15 different views, including one enhanced view that makes your trailer appear invisible.
Wow, that's pretty sweet. That's cool.
Where's the trailer though?
Or get a total value of $6,500 on this Silverado without optional tech package or enhanced invisible view. Plus, current GM owners get an additional $750 cash allowance. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Last call in Milwaukee could soon come a lot later for bars this summer. At least one proposal floated by a state representative would extend bar hours for big events like this July's Democratic National Convention. Right now, last call is at 2 a.m., but one proposal suggests giving municipalities the power to decide when to extend bar hours without state approval.
We want the bars to stay open until 4 a.m. That's what we've seen as best practices through other cities who've hosted this convention. Those people who've been on the floor all day want somewhere to go out. They want to celebrate. They want to celebrate the end of their day's festivities.
State Representative David Bowen is drafting a proposal that leaves closing time up to municipalities, but there is a catch. They can only extend the hours 4 times a year without state approval. Officials say there is some urgency to get the proposal moving in the State Assembly and the Senate. Today marked the first Upper Sugar Watershed Association Volunteer Work Day of the year. Volunteers are working to remove invasive species like buckthorn and honeysuckle and restore the natural prairie land. Today, the group treated the plants with herbicide and burned brush piles accumulated from last year. Executive Director Wade Motor says their goal for this year is to expand their focused area. And he says the snow doesn't affect the group from getting their work done. It actually helps to control burning the brush fires. Let's get a look at your first alert weather. We had a lot of snow out there, Dana. I know we were saying it's good packing snow. It's fun to play with.
Yes, yes. That's when temperatures are right in the low 30s. Perfect packing snow right now. It's very slushy outside, though. So walking to the car, I know a lot of roads have already gotten cleaned up, but everything's kind of wet, and that's kind of where we're going to stay for the next several days, actually. Our conditions not going to change too much. The good news, we're pulling away the snowfall out of the forecast. So just some scattered flurries overnight and for tomorrow. They're not going to lead to any more accumulation, just enough that if you step outside, kind of feels like you're in a snow globe. Some patchy fog possible tonight and heading into tomorrow, since our temps are pretty close to those dew points. And high temperatures are going to stay in the mid-30s for the next week. A really mild trend for January. Again, we should be in the mid to upper 20s for afternoon highs. Our Doppler radar is nice and quiet right now. We aren't expecting anything new to move in. In fact, the system now bringing snowfall and some rain even to the New England area, but it's continuing to pull away. Not going to see any of that wraparound moisture backtrack in our direction, but we do have a few series of some short waves that will be passing on through. Not bringing a lot of accumulation, but it's going to keep things cloudy, and it's also going to keep that chance for some flurries in the forecast for the next few days. We're looking at our future track overnight. A mostly cloudy sky with the breeze coming from the northwest, but nothing coming in for tomorrow other than that small chance for some flurries where that moisture just gets squeezed out enough that we can see a few snowflakes. Sunday afternoon, we're cloudy outside for Monday to start off the work week. Still cloudy, still pretty mild though, even with that breeze from the north, and no more snow chances building in. So that's good news. If you still need to get the sidewalk or driveway cleaned up, go ahead and put the effort in now, and it's going to stay clean for the next several days. Visibility for tomorrow morning will be reduced again down to that 2 to 3 mile range, enough that you'll notice the fog outside, but it's certainly not dense fog to start off Sunday. Patchy fog likely also even as we head into Monday and Tuesday. The fog trend stays with us. So overnight temperatures only dropping a few more degrees. We'll land at about 29 for tomorrow morning. Scattered flurries expected overnight with some patchy fog. A very wintry January night for tomorrow afternoon. Temperatures yet again will be just above freezing, enough that you'll get a little bit of melting on the car or on the roof, but most of that snowpack, of course, staying just fine. Mostly cloudy sky with the chance for some flurries later in the afternoon, and of course some fog early in the day, and even later in the afternoon we might see some patchy fog in spots. So mid-30s for Sunday, and that's really where we stay through the work week. Mostly cloudy skies with temperatures in the afternoon in the middle 30s and overnight lows in the mid-20s. We're not looking at any major systems building in for the rest of the week. There may be some light snow showers coming in Tuesday night, but really not expecting a lot of accumulation along with that. Looking ahead to next weekend, temps stay in a pretty mild spot. Groundhog Day on Sunday, we have a slight chance for some flurries. We'll find out what he thinks is going to happen with winter or spring then, and then temperatures into next week still stay pretty mild.
Yeah, it's nice because it's not that bad, and you still have the snow out there.
Snow, yes.
You get the snow, but it's not cold.
It's not too bitter cold, and it's nice to have everything cleaned up and just enjoy the snow.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Dana. Still to come, Wisconsin's Presley Norby lighting the lamp against her home state. Highlights next in sports.
News 3 Now First Alert Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
You try hard. You eat right. Mostly. You make time when you can. But sometimes life gets in the way, and that stubborn fat just won't go away. Cool Sculpting takes you further. A non-surgical treatment that targets, freezes, and eliminates treated fat cells for good. Discuss Cool Sculpting with your doctor. Some common side effects include temporary numbness, discomfort, and swelling. Don't imagine results. See them. Cool Sculpting. Take yourself further. Go to CoolSculpting.com for a chance to win $25,000.
More epic than scaling Everest. More epic than a front-side 720. More epic than a kid eating broccoli. It's the epic sell-off at Denver Mattress. Right now, save big on the Buena Vista Firm or Easy Choice Loveland. Your choice for only $284.99. Plus, save up to 70% on model year closeouts and clearance items. Or get a $300 Furniture Row gift certificate when you purchase any Tempur-Pedic. And 4 years no interest. But hurry, the epic sell-off at Denver Mattress ends Thursday.
I didn't choose this exact type of metastatic breast cancer, but I did pick Clarity by knowing I have a treatment that goes right at it.
Discover PICRAY, a treatment that specifically targets PIK3CA mutations in HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC. PICRAY is taken with fulvestrant after progression on hormone therapy and helps people live longer without disease progression. Do not take PICRAY if you've had severe allergic reactions to it or any of its ingredients. PICRAY can cause serious side effects, including severe allergic and skin reactions, high blood sugar levels and diarrhea that are common and can be severe, and pneumonitis. Tell your doctor doctor right away if you have symptoms of severe allergic reactions or high blood sugar while taking Pickray. Your doctor will monitor your blood sugar before and during treatment, and more often if you have type 2 diabetes. Before starting, tell your doctor if you have a history of diabetes, skin reactions, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Common side effects include rash, nausea, tiredness, weakness, decreased appetite, mouth sores, vomiting, weight loss, hair loss, and changes in some blood tests. Ask your doctor about Pickray.
Squeaky, creaky, leaky entry doors from big box stores should be ignored. Scott the window guy does entry doors. He can do yours and so much more.
We do entry doors at scottthewindowguy.com.
Right now, our marathon snowfall is finally coming to an end, but not before it creates another slick morning.
Yeah, I'm tracking how long that will last and when we could see a little warm up. Sunday morning at 6:30.
Well, the second installment of the border battle boding way better for the Badgers. A win last night in overtime, and this afternoon, Wisconsin is showing no mercy at LeBron Arena. We pick it up in the second period. Presley Norby, the Minnesota native, scoring on the Gopher goalie. Badgers up 1-0. Just 10 minutes later, Norby again. This time she nails the top shelf goal. It's her 9th of the season, 2-0 Wisconsin. Badgers keep on battling. Daryl Watts later adding the empty netter here in the third period. Wisconsin sweeps Minnesota, winning the second installment of the border battle, 3-0 the final. The men's team underway at Notre Dame after winning big 6-4 last night, led by Cole Caulfield's hat trick. Right now tied 1-1 in the first period. Captain Wyatt Kalnick scoring the Badgers' first goal. Well, if you can relate to emotional roller coasters, that's kind of what the women's basketball team has been going through this season. Some incredible conference wins like beating Minnesota this past week, but also some tough losses to Iowa and Michigan. A lot of up and down against Nebraska this morning. The Badgers taking the lead in the third quarter, but the Huskers escape with a win by 1 point. Next up, Wisconsin heads to Indiana on Thursday. The men's basketball team still figuring things out. They're on a roller coaster too, getting ranked road wins against Ohio State and Penn State, but losing to Purdue badly in West Lafayette last night. It's not going to get any easier. They've got one more road game at 19th ranked Iowa on Monday, but the Badgers still very much alive in the top half of the Big Ten. And speaking of other conference action today, Illinois having quite the season. Illini at Michigan. We pick up in the second half there. Andres Feliz, the jumper. We've got a tie game. Later, John Teskey from the top of the key, and it is a 1-point game. This one got close. Tie game. Just seconds left. Ayo Dosunmu makes the shot with half a second left in the game. Dosunmu with a game high 27 points. Illinois, they are the best in the Big Ten. 64-62 the final score. And finally tonight's Pro Bowl weekend, but also NHL All-Star weekend. And yesterday, Jacob Slavin from the Hurricanes showing off his accuracy. Basically, competitors here, they have to hit all those 5 targets as fast as they can. Slavin hit all of them in 9.5 seconds. He only took 8 shots. That is some pretty impressive stuff there, guys.
Wow.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Yeah,
no,
I don't think any of us are in the running for that, but
no.
it's okay.
But you can have some fun out in the snow.
Yes, plenty of opportunities to get a little bit of ice hockey in right now. Pretty much everything pretty frozen, unless the water's moving. Now, as we look ahead through the next week, and even the next 10 days, temperatures stay well above average. We're in the mid-30s in the afternoon, but no threat for any of that ice or snowpack melting away as temperatures will drop below freezing overnight. We'll stay mostly cloudy. A few chances for some flurries, but otherwise this pattern of just being mild and cloudy and a little foggy, it's really going to stick around through the work week and into next weekend. We are not tracking any big snow systems right now. Just again, a few flurry chances mixed on in there. So a little mild dose of winter for the middle of January.
Yeah, and a little break from the snow.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks so much for joining us. Have a great night.